Hey y'all, welcome back to Sharon's Nail Boutique. I'm your host Sharon, and yes, we have something special for you today. These Murakami sunflower nails, and these are all hand drawn with a new baddie. Yes, Karlash cover blush or cover nude blush we're going to be trying today, and these new pre-pinched extra long pre-pinched square clear tips from Amazon. And as always, my beautiful people, I will leave the link in the description index below for you. I actually really like these tips because they're very strong and durable. However, I'm showing you this part because these tips are very, very strong. This is the Cover Blush Pink made by Karlash, New York. I will leave the link in the description index below. This is my first time using it. I will say this, it is a drier system like CJP. So you need to remove a lot of liquid from the back of your brush. Now you see I drain liquid from the back and it's still extremely runny. So unless you know how to work really well with wet product, I would not suggest trying to chase it all over the nail. Drain as much as you possibly can from the back of the bead to get that desired ratio that you want. However, you know, the more I progressed and moved forward with it, the better and easier it got for me. I'm only showing you this one nail, and I've sped it up a little bit, not much. A little less than twice the speed. But I tend to work a little slower, especially when I'm working with a newer product and I'm seeing, you know, kind of just getting used to it and seeing how it works. I'm pushing up more of this product as it polymerizes up into that cuticle area because you need enough product up there in your strength point. You don't want to be pulling all of that product down to the free edge because your free edge should not be thick and bulky. It should be less thick than up near at that strength area and cuticle. Well, obviously like the cuticle area should be thin and tapered, and all around the edges, but through the center of that nail should be most of your bulk because that's where the strength needs to be. I'm just fixing in and around that cuticle area, making sure it is tapered and tucked and nice and neat, that there's nothing on the skin. And I'm just basically showing you guys one nail, and then we're moving right over to filing and drawing because most of this design is hand drawn. All of the nails are this nude color, so I really didn't feel like I needed to show you guys every single nail because it's literally the same color for each one. I'm just doing a full nail of this nude color. Like I said, it is a drier system, so working with it really wet, unless you want that like, because I noticed when I did the pinky, it came out a lot more see-through, like a lot more translucent because I didn't dry enough liquid out of the back of my bead. So if you want that like see-through nude tone, then I would suggest working really wet. If you are looking more for like this tone, which I have right now on the ring finger, then I would suggest drying out your beads really well, because yeah, this is a dry system and it works better the more liquid you drain out of the back. So just keep that in mind, guys, if you decide to pick this up. For those of you who are newer working with acrylic, if you like more time to work with it, then I would suggest definitely picking it up because it does stay wet longer. And you can, like I said, you can work with it dry too because you could just drain the liquid out of the back like you probably should. But for people who like to work with it wet because it gives them more time to work with the acrylic before it sets up, this is, you know, a good product for that. It's a good product for any level because as long as you know that to work with it with less time and to get it to dry faster, all you got to do is just drain the liquid out. So as long as you know that, really any level acrylic worker can use this stuff. So anywhere from rookie to intermediate can use this brand, and as long as you're doing your powder ratios properly. So we're moving on now just to filing, shaping. We didn't really have to do too much shaping on these because we laid the acrylic good and you know, the shape is already there. I try not to do too much shaping of the tips. I try to lay my acrylic perfectly if I can on the first time, and really all I'm doing with the filing is just perfecting it, so getting it more into shape than it already is. So just kind of filing those sides into shape, getting any little bits that maybe possibly are hanging off, getting that cuticle area more tapered, and that's about it. And then we'll move on to our candy gel paints and my Akihi painter liner brushes, and I'm using everything from the size 5 up to the size 11 liner brush. So I'm using a 5, a 7, a 9, and an 11, and those are millimeter. And then I have another one, my Fuji liner brush that I use for the white color. For some reason though, I don't really prefer like the synthetic long haired brush. For some reason they get like so stiff, and for that reason I didn't really like using it, but I just switched over to these ones and started using these. And I apologize for my camera being like out of focus during some of these shots. I have no idea why it was doing that. It could be just because of the pigment of the paint. Maybe it was too bright, and then as it kind of went on, it kind of focused. But I apologize about that, ladies and gentlemen. It was not my intention to have that like that at all. But basically we're just going through now each of the nails, and each of them has a different design. Like this pinky has the swirls at the free edge. One of them has the Murakami sunflower in the bottom corner with the smiley face, and I did the leaf petals, the different shades of like baby blue and then a minty color. And then on one of the nails it's like a triangular patch with the stitching, the black stitching. Really cool. One of them was like a full, those sparkly glitters that are real flashy, the flash glitter. I actually used the blue one, and then she didn't like how dark it was compared to the other baby blue contrast, so, which I understood. So we basically took that all off, and then I used Frost from Michael's Recollections line, the Frost iridescent extra fine glitter. So I just removed the diamond flash one in the darker blue and redid my tacky layer of the Burano's 3-in-1, and dipped the nail in that. And then after she came out of the lamp, she didn't want the sugaring look like the design called for, so we basically ended up top coating over the sugaring, which I wasn't crazy about, but it still looked really badass in the end. This pinky was like so cool because it's like I'm taking my dotting tool and I'm going into different shades of like the periwinkle, the baby blue, and we're doing like it almost kind of reminded me of like army fatigue patterns where you're doing like the different like shapes in and around each other, kind of like puzzle pieces almost in a way. This one is the baby blue French, so I'm just coming up in those wings. She wanted it up a little higher, so I'm just kind of moving the wings up a little bit higher and just coming in on those sides. And then I curve in the center. I'm going to bring it up a little bit higher like she said. And then I'll actually come in with my, she was just telling me she wanted it up to there. So I'm taking my longer liner brush because it was easier to use this and get it up more. See how it's like not focusing when I'm drawing? It's so weird. It's like after I draw, it focuses. See? But as I start like drawing, for some reason, it just does not want to cooperate. But I actually really like this liner brush. I actually got this one from Sally's, and it sucks because it's starting to like shed all its hairs. And it's probably my fault because I didn't clean it out right away the last time I used it, but it happens. Sometimes I'll be working, like this set of nails took so long to do, like 7.5 hours I think, because she changed her mind quite a bit throughout. Like she wanted like I would already start the design, and then like she would say, oh, I want it on this side instead of that side, so I would have to start over, I'd have to remove the glitter, like just different things like that, which is fine. I don't mind. Like, it doesn't bother me to work that long. As long as the client is okay and they're fine, I'm fine. So with the rest, I just take my brush now and fill in the rest. But I haven't actually reviewed these for you guys yet, but I got these gel polishes from Amazon and the brand is called Terresa. But the pigment in these colors is just amazing. I like first coat, look at that, beautiful. And the baby blue color is just gorgeous. I love the way they look mixed up. Like, you could make different shades of the colors if you want. It's really pretty. I really like the gels. It comes with 8 in the box, and I think I paid like $9 and change for it because it was on sale. I think they're normally like a little under 20, but totally worth it. Like, the pigment in this stuff is just amazing. Like I said, the first time it just came out beautiful. So now I'm going in on this nail and we're doing like swirls in the top corner, down past like, or towards like the natural free edge area. And then at the bottom free edge, like at the bottom of the tip, we'll do more in that bottom corner area, coming upwards a little bit. So a little bit in the top corner, a little bit in the bottom. So on that French that I just finished doing, we're putting white clouds now after it's cured. So I'm just drawing my clouds with my dotting tool. I love using the dotting tool to make clouds. They come out perfect every single time. And then I have other methods too, where like I'll use my, like a gel brush and I'll dip it in acetone or alcohol and I'll kind of dry it out a little bit, and then I'll feather like the bottom of the clouds to kind of make them look airbrushed in a sense. So now we're working our way over to the nail that's the patchwork, the one I was telling you about. So I'm coming in, I've mixed up this like periwinkle color on my own. I used the periwinkle that you see there and I mixed it with some baby blue and some white, and that's how I got the lighter periwinkle color. So I'm using that. I'm going in with my tapered gel brush and I'm just kind of, it does not have to be perfect because I'm gonna fill in the whole rest of that part of the nail with the baby blue, and then we're gonna come in with the black lining gel and do the patchwork. So we're gonna outline this triangle. And so, like I said, it doesn't matter how perfect you get those lines because we're gonna come in with that black and go over those edges. So it's gonna be a perfect straight line regardless. So you can try to get it as perfect as you can on the, first tries. But it doesn't have to be 100% perfect because, like I said, we're gonna come in and outline that in the end. And I'm just coming in each time it cures, really thin coat is best because it's gonna cure properly, it's not gonna bubble, and you'll get it right the first time instead of having to keep taking it off because you're putting in it too thick and it's not curing properly, stuff like that. So just keep that in mind. And I come back over to here and keep going with the lines, drawing the swirls. And that's just like at the top there, and then it'll be on the opposite end at the bottom. It'll kind of imitate each other, mirror each other. I thought this set of nails was really cute. This was not my design idea. She came in with a picture, and it's basically exactly like the set of nails I did is basically like the picture, except for the sugaring glitter is a little different of a shade, but that's about it. I'm also not sure if the nude I used is exactly the same nude, probably not, but those are the only things that are different in my set, was the background nude color and I think some of the glitter, the sugaring glitter is different color. That's it though. So continuing on with these swirls, guys, and I would love to see you guys recreate this set. If you do, let me know so I can head over and watch, or head over to your Instagram and follow. But you see how I'm just filling in the rest of that now with the with the brush, and it does not have to be perfect, guys, by any means at all, because like I said, we're gonna come in on that triangle and outline it with the black, and we're just gonna keep coming in every time we cure. We're gonna come in again with another coat, and I think we just do 2 coats, 2 or 3 coats, pretty sure. I think this might be the last coat that I do. And then I just kind of come in around the triangular area and perfect it. So you don't want the gel to be too thick, because then it will not cure properly. You know what I mean? I think this is the last coat I do, and then I go in with oh no, okay, so I do 1 more coat. So I do that 1 coat. So I did 3 coats of the baby blue. I did a few coats of that light periwinkle because it's a lighter color. And then I come in with my canny black drawing gel and I outline that triangular patch now. You see what I mean? Why I said it doesn't matter if you get the line straight or not, because when you come in and you outline it, it's gonna be a straight line regardless. So now we're doing the 3 stitches up there. It had 3 on that one, and then it had 4 on the next one. So that's all I'm doing here, is doing the stitches. And then we will throw that in the lamp for 60 seconds. And that's that one. And then we will move our way over to the bottom now with the bottom of those swirls. You see what I meant? How it, like, the top was swirls and then the bottom was swirls, mirroring it. So now we move on to the thumb on the opposite hand, and we're doing the mint French on this thumb. And these pinch tips, you guys, you have to make sure that your client is like switching the angles of their hands every so often in the lamp, because with pinch tips, they do not cure properly 100% unless you're actually moving your nails around, because those side pinched areas, the light is not reaching it. So you have to move your hand into different angles so that the light is able to reach it. I never, obviously that should be like common sense, but you don't really think about it when you're so used to having your tips cure properly all the time. You're not thinking, oh, it's because it's a pinched tip, the light's not reaching the sides. You don't really think that until you actually get in there and you notice, okay, this is what's going on, this is what I need to fix, and this is, you know, what's happening. But I started to realize that towards like the end, is I'm like, what the heck is going on? And I'm like, you know what, it's gotta be because the light is not hitting the sides, which obviously that makes sense why it's not curing. And once I started having her like move her hands and shift them, like turn it upside down and move the angles, they started curing better and properly. It's just like the sunflower, the yellow bit, it was that corner, that pinched corner area wasn't curing all the way. And so like I said, once I started having her move her hand around and fix it, it started curing properly. I actually had to fix this thumb area because that side area, it was not curing, and the gel just kept like bubbling in that area. So I had to actually take acetone, wipe that area off, and do it again, basically. So this thumb, the mint French, is gonna be, I'm gonna do dots, like baby blue periwinkle dots, 3 down the center and then 2 on either side, and that's going to be that design for the thumb. And I'm finishing like this baby yellow center smiley face of the Murakami sunflower. You see how I had to wipe that side off because it wasn't curing properly? That's what I mean. So I went back in and I just fixed it. It needed to be fixed. And I'm one of those techs that, like, if I wouldn't walk out with my nails that way, like, I'm not gonna make anyone else do it. You know what I mean? Like, I wouldn't be okay with my nails looking like that. So there's no way that I'm gonna let someone else leave my place looking like that, because that I feel like that represents me. It does represent me, you know, not a feeling or a thought. It's a fact. It represents me. It represents your work. So you don't want people thinking, oh, Sharon just sends her people out of her chair looking crazy. No, until it's perfect, that's what I want. Perfection. And I'm really really loving these hand-drawn gel polish designs lately. They're so much fun. There's so much you can do. The possibilities are endless, seriously. So we're just finishing up on the Murakami sunflower over here, filling in that face area. And then we're gonna start with our petals, and I just go in with each of the colors next to each other before curing them all. And you know, I do the length of them, and like I said, you know, you don't got to worry about perfection with these petals either, because we're gonna come back in at the end and we're gonna outline them once again. So I'm gonna pretty much just like leave you guys here, because I've pretty much explained just about everything I was doing. These petals, at first I was doing them too like short, but I ended up bringing them out a little longer. So yeah, and like I said, don't worry about the perfection, because we are going to come in and outline these petals in the end. Okay guys, so then I'm coming in with a little bit of a darker, so I'm basically like mixing the baby blue colors, the periwinkle. I started with the light periwinkle, then I come in with the mixed baby blue, and then I'll come in with the darker baby blue, and then I'll come in with the mint after that. So you see what I mean? Like how it gets like, it goes from light to darker, and then the mint one. So very pretty. I love how this set came out. I was really excited to do these nails. Like even before doing them, I was super excited when she showed me the design, because I've just really been liking these hand-drawn designs lately. They're just so much fun to do, and it takes you out of your comfort zone, because if you're used to doing like encapsulated nail work, you're used to doing all your work and then capping it under clear acrylic. So doing all your work and then drawing at the end has been so much fun for me, just so therapeutic for me, because I love to draw. And it just, you know, it takes those nails up just so much higher, just to that extra level. Even though we didn't do any like bedazzling or anything like that with stones or glitter really too much, the drawing is where it's at. That's the focus of the set, like the drawing, you know what I mean? So now we're doing those dots I was telling you about. We're doing them in the periwinkle color that I made. And I actually messed up on the first try. I think, did I leave it in? I think I might have left it in. I actually ended up messing up, like the dots were like too big and they were kind of like puddling into each other. And I was like, I don't know. I might have actually taken it out, but now I'm doing this deep V. And I'm going in on one side with that minty color from Canny. And it sucks because they don't have names on them, just numbers. I'm not sure exactly what number Canny gel paint that is. I have to look and put it in the description index for you guys below, but I promise I will do that. And then on the other side, I go in with the periwinkle color, I think. I'm pretty sure it's the periwinkle color. I love these types of nails like that. Like I said, I've been having so much fun doing these, and this liner brush is life. Like the length of it, it just makes it so much easier to do those like straight lines, those straight long lines that you need. So perfect for the deep V French, just perfect. The only thing that sucks about doing like the lines and then having to fill in with the color is like trying to get it so it's not messing up that line, you know what I mean? Maybe I should have cured it first, but at this time it was almost 10 o'clock at night. It was like 9 something, so I was like getting so tired and frustrated, irritable. I was hungry. So yeah, just filling that in thinly, and then I have her put her hand in the lamp, and then we work our way over to this glitter nail. And then this is the one that we don't end up keeping. I go in with the baby blue, but you can see the pictures at the end that I've left for you guys. I'm gonna leave you here. I'm just outlining the Murakami flower now with the black candy gel paint, and then we do his eyes and his red mouth with candy gel paint as well. And that's pretty much it, guys. I hope you guys all really loved this set. Any questions, comments, concerns, any thoughts or suggestions, just feel free to comment below. I love chatting it up with you guys. Feel free to do so. Don't forget to smash that like button and please subscribe. It would mean the world to me. It really would. And yeah, I will see you guys in my next one. Bye. Don't forget to do one kind thing a day, guys, and be good to each other. Love each other. Don't forget to tell each other how much you love each other. And I will see you in my next one. Bye, guys.